Scenes of motorcyclists pushing the two-wheeled vehicles after they ran out of fuel has been a major spectacle in Hoima City today. Many of these riders spent the last drops of fuel riding to the nearest fuel station before losing hope. The last fuel station with the precious fluid in Hoima sold at a record 12,000 shillings for a litre of petrol.
Even failed to move my vehicle. I'm on foot in fact, because I can't afford the price. For me, I'm a business lady now, as of now, business lady who works on photocopying services, software services. But you find that the photocopy, a copy, you charge 100. And when you come to the petrol station, your charge is 10,000. Now it is on 12,000 a litre. Now how will I survive?
The experience was not any different in Kenya-Uganda district, where fuel prices went up over 5,000 shillings for a litre.
Please Nabanja, the fuel is at a high price. We cannot afford to buy fuel at 10,000, 20,000. That is a high price. We can afford fuel from 5,000. You add times 2. That is a lot of money on our economy.
This shortage of fuel up country was blamed on fuel vendors disengaging from the supply side of the business to concentrate on the profits in the central Uganda. However, the Energy Ministry has blamed the crisis on nearly a fortnight of lack of movement by truck drivers into Uganda following a strike in protest against Uganda's decision to impose a $30 charge for COVID-19 test.
There is a bit of diesel, but petrol has been a bit low. But we are hoping that in a few days the trucks will have reached Kampala and most parts of the country, and supply will be restored.
A crisis meeting of the East African ministers lifted this requirement for a 7-day period.
That they had already created the crisis. It was not necessary to charge that money because the opposite side in Kenya, these people were already being tested and charged. So why did they have to charge the people double?
Mwita asked that the movement of traffic in Malaba will soon lead to a resumption of normalcy within a few days.
We sent in a team to help clear the fuel trucks to come in. The Minister of Health has also sent a team to the border to do mandatory but free tests for COVID.
However, the eventual clearance of the tankers and other haulage trucks stretching 70 kilometers from Malaba border into Kenya could take days. Clearing the jam is now the biggest nightmare.
So the drivers that have valid PCR test results are being prioritized. Drivers of fuel tankers are being prioritized. We are creating a bit of a special route for them to come through very fast.
However, the move to prioritize fuel trucks could be affected by other truck drivers insisting on getting the same treatment clearance by a first-come, first-served basis.
We can see fuel prices going up in some areas of the country, especially Hoima City and many other small places. We want to inform you that there is no crisis of fuel. And therefore, I want to request fellow Ugandans, especially businessmen and women, it is not necessary for any fuel station to increase the fuel prices. It is not necessary.
For now, the realization that Uganda cannot survive a fuel truck strike stretching beyond 2 weeks will serve as a sobering reminder about the lack of sufficient fuel reserves in the country. Jackson Onyango, NTV.